Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory going to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Crocodiles, Davarans, to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you occupants out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity by way of the highways and byways, going on the streets, teaching and preaching, and also by way of the internet. Shalom also to you, Aqua, you very few sisters that's out there listening and learning. This is your brother Nayap, and I'm back with another news update. It's for fair use, educational purposes only. Again, this is for fair use, and educational purposes only. This is not for any type of monetary gain. So I'm about to get into some of these videos. Couple of them, they've been out for the guests about 2 to 3 days. It's the T app. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody already know about it. If you don't, it's an app where women can go to and basically upload a picture of the dudes that they've been with and tell other women to either A, look out for him, or rather or ask if is he a red flag or not. So a girl may even take a picture of you while you think you just, chilling or whatever. She might upload it to to the app, and then all you know is that, she find out that, that man been sleeping with a whole bunch of women and not just her. So it's really the demise of these women, it's the downfall. And we seeing that they ass just going right out the fucking window because they losing their heads. And then they made a male version, but the male version, they letting like, dudes keep it real simple. Hey, no, bro, she a thought. Show you a video, her doing this to such and such. Whoop the whoop, wham wham. You need to lead that hoe. So dudes is taking it as an advantage. The women is just losing their fucking minds. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and go into it. And some dudes lose their mind too, because they went off.
Hospital exposed, hiding a black woman's body, harvesting the organs.
Damn.
It's a damn shame. Put it up full mask.
Damn.
California woman goes missing. Is found in a morgue months later with organs taken out of her body. It's Tanya Walker. Went missing in November of 2023. Could not be found anywhere by the family. This prompted a thorough search throughout their home of Sacramento for months. The investigation officially began November 10th, when Tanya's family reported her missing to the police. It's not like Tanya Walker to do this, so they got police involved. Her sisters, Delit Maris and Kalia Zachary, soon jumped into action, distributing hundreds of flyers, searching roadside ditches, and even crawling through storm drains to find her. All while offering $3,500 for information, which unfortunately led to many false leads. Police used a cadaver dog and an alert dog. By the walk's appearance, searched for months. Then a break came. A break in the case did not come until May 2024, several months later, when the DOJ noticed that she had been marked as deceased by the DMV. So a sheriff's deputy told the family that they had finally found Walker's body on a shelf in a morgue located on the outskirts of Sacramento. When family arrived, they were shown Miss Walker's body. Walker was missing her eyes and her epidermal, her skin. Was identified through the renderings of a tattoo on her arm. Walker's family discovered that she actually died in November 2nd of cardiac arrest at Mercy General Hospital after being admitted a few days earlier. The hospital.
Basically, she, she had ended up passing. They took everything that she had within her body. Plus they know the Jake system is more, it's better. It's more resilient. Organs work better and stuff like that in our so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans than these white people. You know, plus, you know, the black market, that's a hot sale. First ones they get up off the streets is the homeless people. If you ever look into the deep, uh, the dark web stories that they be having on YouTube, man, they got man videos that come out every day about the dark web and how they got people to work on the inside. You know, you just go ahead. You know, you got people on the outside. Go ahead, snatch up the homeless people, might drug them or whatever, and while they still drugged up, while they could barely feel anything, they operating on them. You know, some of them live, some of them die. You know, some people want specific things. You know, some the higher elites, you know, they could use it for them as simple as needing a heart transplant, a lung transplant, or, you know, they can have it to the point that maybe that's something that they want to have on the menu to eat. You got to remember, we dealing with the wicked. So, and a lot of these so-called, like, they starting to scoop up these veterans and starting to hospitalize them. All them bodies and stuff, it's either, you know, them parts is going to be going rampant, you know. So, yeah, we live in this type of society, man. I'm going on to the next video, though. It's sad what happened, but hey, man, this ain't the first story, man. This is maybe even tens of millions of stories that's like this, man, of people, you know, that go and everything. You know, a lot of homeless people end up missing, man. They ain't by no coincidence. All right.
Turkey revealed its first domestically built hypersonic missile, the Tayfun Block 4, on Tuesday at the International Defense Industry Fair in Istanbul. Hypersonic missiles can exceed 5 times the speed of sound, or about 6,200 kilometers per hour, and can maneuver at low altitudes.
Fiery does not have the capability to make direct payments to individuals, and that was never the plan. We partnered directly with trusted local nonprofits to reach communities in need.
Did you think that you would actually get direct money?
I did. As with, I'm sure, most Altadenians, the fiery works for us, so we figured, where's the money? Where's it going? So far, 75 of the 100 million went to 188 nonprofits, giving grants up to $500,000 each. Some are established, others are obscure. The Armory Center offers financial assistance to the arts community, but didn't respond when we asked how many artists it helped. Nor did the Sweet Relief Musicians Fund tell us how many musicians it assisted. The Instituto de Educación Popular del Sur de California also got fire aid to create a more humane and democratic society by responding to the needs and problems of disenfranchised people. They declined to say how much they received or how it was spent, nor did Visión y Compromiso. It claims to reduce barriers to health education by using natural helpers to cultivate egalitarian relationships based on trust and respect. At least $6.5 million in donor money also went away. Fiery does not have. Hey, if you didn't hear, the T-app just got breached. All you shorties that were hiding behind usernames, your information just got put out there and dudes can go look it up. Nah, don't scroll, pay attention. As you guys know, the T-app basically was where women can secretly talk about men having all types of diseases, being deadbeats, or red flags. Well, all that info just got leaked because the owner of the app did not take the time to protect y'all selfies that y'all was taking to get into the app or your IP addresses, allegedly. So look like a dude that y'all posted, he got y'all usernames, y'all faces, and y'all addresses, posted it on a website where it shows a map of all y'all locations. So if you were commenting or uploading things about dudes on there, yeah, it's not looking too good. The regular dudes are gonna file for defamation, but the crazy men that y'all posted on there, now knowing y'all low and who was talking about them, please
I'm begging you, please, find protection, protect yourself.
I still think it's weird that, the Gates family or Bill Gates owns a lot of the, land in North Dakota. I think that's weird. He owns the majority of the water in the United States. I think that's weird. Whatever. Weird. It's to each his own. It's for informational purpose only. But at the same time, it's just like when you go to the grocery store and you see certain products that are on there that, they spray with a bunch of shit, bunch of pests.
I don't think y'all heard me the first time. 5 women just got found dead in Detroit from using the T app. These niggas is cracking down on y'all. Like, damn, is it really that serious? And then the whole time, men have an app for women too. There's a whole nother T app for men. So what's the point of doing this? So we could kill 5 men? We could kill y'all? I posted a video before this, and yeah, I looked a mess, but I had to remake it because now I look back. 5 women. Y'all, be careful. That's all I'm saying is just be careful.
Yeah, they gave away all the addresses. You're not safe. See, women wanted to hurry up, and I heard it was about 3 million motherfuckers that went to even go register. It's still people registering. They don't even hear this shit right here, the shit that she's speaking of. It's all because, like what I said, a man was meant to be with as many wives as he can handle, or he can be with. It ain't nothing wrong with that. A woman's supposed to be subject to one man. They don't understand that. So now motherfuckers dropping dead left and right. It's a lot of information being spilled.
Be careful.
Well, I have a problem with exclusion, to be honest. I have a problem with exclusion and just fundamentally saying somebody is different because of their religion or the color of their skin. I mean, that's my personal opinion. How is this community funded? My understanding is you have something like a GoFundMe. Can you explain that?
The actual purchase of the property was funded by the community members themselves. And up to this point, almost everything that we've done has been our own initiative, our own resources. We've put up some fundraising campaigns, like a legal fundraiser that has been very successful, and that's necessary because many people would try to attack what we're doing as illegal. I've also raised funds to fund a tour to expand our projects, not just to full-time residential communities, but also recreational areas and community centers. I think it's good for the white community to have our own spaces, just like I think the black community should have its own spaces, and the Jewish community clearly has its own spaces.
But the way you put that...
And the thing is that this devil that you see on the screen, the devil that you just seen before with the blue eyes and the small hats, all right, the fake J's, all right, the small hats, big noses with the curly curls on the side, or force their hair to be curled on the side. They're all white people. It's just that Esau don't like that he's not on the same level as these fake ass J's. He's not. Esau is losing, man.
Is that there is a black community, a Jewish community, and so on and so on and so on. And a lot of people say, that's not America anymore. That may have been America 70 years ago, but it's not today. America is a melting pot. You go to a place where I live, like Los Angeles, and there are pockets, but there's really no such thing as entire communities anymore. So that's not America anymore.
There are certainly Jewish community centers. Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I have a problem with exclusion, to be honest. I have a problem with exclusion and just fundamentally saying somebody is different because of their religion or the color of their skin. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
Cambodia's sovereignty and territorial integrity in direct breach of the Charter of the United Nations, particularly Article 2.4, which prohibits the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state. Thailand has deployed massive military forces, including ground troops, heavy artillery, F-16 fighter jets, and cluster munition. These indiscriminate and disproportionate attacks targeted and destroyed civilian infrastructure, including pagoda, healthcare, gas station, market, villages, and the World Heritage Site of Prabhir Temple, placing the life of innocent civilians, especially women, children, and the elderly, in an imminent danger in clear violation of international humanitarian law and the Geneva Conventions. Rather than taking steps to de-escalate the conflict, Thailand has moved into intensify its military postures. It has placed its provinces of Trat and Chanthaburi, which border the Cambodian provinces of Koh Kong and Posat, under martial law, and has begun mobilizing troops and military equipment in the area along the Cambodian border province of Bantiminjay under its so-called Chakrabongse Buvanat War Readiness Plan. This deliberate military preparation revealed Thailand's intent to expand its aggression and further violate Cambodia's sovereignty. The baseless accusation Thailand has made, including 4 claims concerning landmines, are clearly manufactured pretexts to justify a border campaign of aggression. This action clearly demonstrates Thailand's deliberate and premeditated strategy of invasion, concealed behind baseless claims and marked by a blatant disregard for its obligation under international law. The Ministry of National Defense of the Kingdom of Cambodia calls upon the international community, including the United Nations Security Council, ASEAN, and all responsible international actors, to condemn Thailand's aggression in the strongest terms. We urge the international community to take immediate steps to prevent the further expansion of Thai military operation, ensure full respect for Cambodia's territorial integrity, and demand accountability for Thailand's violation of the UN Charter, the Geneva Convention, and the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation in Southeast Asia. Cambodia remains unwavering in its commitment to resolve dispute by peaceful means in accordance with international law. At the same time, Cambodia reserves its inherent right of self-defense under Article 51 of the United Nations Charter and will resolutely defend its people, its sovereignty, and its territory against any act of foreign aggression.
You can't have Chinese control and have something on 100 million American phones. That's just not okay. So if it's in American control, and China can have a little piece, or ByteDance, the current owner, can keep a little piece, but basically Americans will have control, Americans will own the technology, and Americans will control the algorithm. That's something Donald Trump is willing to do. If that deal gets approved, then by the Chinese, then that deal will happen. If they don't approve it, then TikTok is going to go dark. And those decisions are coming very soon. So let's see what the Chinese do. They've got to approve it. The deal is over to them right now. You can't.
There is?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it's going to be significant. Yeah, 107 from 6 Bravo. That vehicle that was also ran with a Volvo, 13 years sedan. SUV over there now.
Yo, go sideways, side. Go like this.
What's on the river? I can't get over there.
高有钱，展开！高有钱，谢谢。Предварительно. Промежуточно. Главное. Подъем.
Прошел контакт подъема. Двигатели центрального и боковых блоков вышли на режим главной ступени. 10 секунд. Параметры системы управления ракеты-носителя в норме.
Well, breaking fucking news, guys. So Amazon is going to start showing us what the tariff surcharge is going to be. So basically, if there's an item that you order on Amazon, they are going to start showing you the tariff surcharge that you're also going to be paying of that item. So if the item costs $6-7, they're not going to raise the price of the total item that cost $6-7 a couple months ago. You're gonna see the $6-7, but then at the end of your purchase, when it gives you the breakdown, it's going to say, well, the tariff surcharge is $5. The White House is fucking angry. They stepped out and said this is a hostile act. They are not happy. They are pissed. I never thought I would be on the side of history where I say, oh, you go ahead, Jeff Bezos. You do your motherfucking big one. Jeff said, y'all ain't finna blame me for this shit. Y'all ain't finna put my name through the mud.
As you can see, those red dots, they took out one of the enrichment centers already. They're working on the other two. There's been mass hysteria in Tehran as you speak right now. Many people in Tehran said they see Israeli fighter jets all over the place in the sky. As you can see, those red dots, they took out one of the enrichment centers already. They're working on the other two. There's been mass hysteria in Tehran as you speak right now. Many people in Tehran said they see Israeli fighter jets all over the place in the sky. As you can see, those red dots, they took out one of the enrichment centers already. They're working on the other two. There's been mass hysteria in Tehran as you speak right now. Many people in Tehran said they see Israeli fighter jets all over the place in the sky. As you can see, those red dots, they took out one of the enrichment centers already. They're working on the other two. There's been mass hysteria in Tehran as you speak right now. Many people in Tehran said they see Israeli fighter jets all over the place in the sky. As you can see, those red dots, they took out one of the enrichment centers already. They're working on the other two. There's been mass hysteria in Tehran as you speak right now. Many people in Tehran said they see Israeli fighter jets all over the place in the sky.
Raw emotion as passengers on the Nightmare Cruise finally make it back to dry land.
It was just like living on Deadliest Catch. It was horrible. Things were flying off the tables.
Being on a roller coaster for 17 hours in your room, not even tied down. 45-degree angle is hell.
This passenger suffered a black eye.
I was flung about 18 feet across the cabin, hit a door, knocked myself out for about a minute. Got this.
This dad was on board the storm-battered ship with his 2-year-old.
It got really bad.
And this guy was in such fear, he recorded a farewell message to his family.
There were seriously moments where I didn't think we were going to make it.
The cruise ship Anthem of the Seas finally docked in Bayonne, New Jersey last night after being battered by a massive storm on its way to the Bahamas. Some of the 4,000-plus passengers described the ordeal like being inside a washing machine. You can see why from this video shot during the storm.
Oh my God.
And look at this video. The deck furniture literally flying around. One passenger posted this onboard weather map showing wind 116 knots. That's about 130 miles an hour. The cruise line continues to come under attack for not heeding warnings about the storm.
So you can see how quickly it developed that strong wind.
A passenger tweeted, I would rather...
Unmarried couples in the U.S. will soon have to pay a $200 annual cohabitation tax. Starting January 2026, this new measure is set to impact millions of Americans living with a partner outside of marriage or civil union. Under the Household Integrity Act, couples who share the same address but aren't legally married will be officially classified as undeclared cohabiting households and subject to a yearly federal tax. Whether you're renting, co-owning property, or simply living together, as long as you don't have an official marital or civil partnership status, the tax will apply. According to the
For women out there in America, if you are leaving a marriage, first of all, I applaud you for making a decision for you and doing what's right for you. It's hard to pick yourself when you become one with somebody because you're one, and then all of a sudden when things are bad, you have to just choose you. Yeah. So I went
And what she mean by choose you is choose her own happiness.
into a business that I was passionate about, which is decor and hair, and I'm acting now, so.
Well, Portia, after listening to all of that, I see why you had 2 failed marriages. We should encourage women not to leave a marriage. Of course, there are exceptions like abuse and other things, but when you say to women out there, I applaud you for making decisions for you and doing what's right for you, it's not all about you. You make decisions that's good for the outcome of your children. which is to grow up with something called a father in the household. I mean, study after study shows that kids with both parents do better with grades, friends, and future, okay? So I think with that advice of yours, you're basically encouraging women to follow your path, sacrifice their kids to play the main character, maybe have a career if they're lucky, yet still end up miserable like Whoopi.
Asylum seekers are using taxpayers' handouts to fund their gambling habits as more than 6,000 migrants have been using government-issued cards loaded with £50 a week at betting shops and at casinos. I mean, I can't say I'm fucking surprised. But the funny thing about this, the Home Office, when they were initially questioned about this, they said that it's false and that it is impossible for the migrants to be doing this with the prepaid cards. But after the Daily Mail launched an investigation and found out that it's actually true and accurate, the Home Office have now launched their own investigation. They fucking know full well that they were spending this money at gambling shops and casinos. They would have known where the money's been spent. They would have seen where the money has been spent. And they've allowed it to continue for as long as possible until they're pulled up about it. So these prepaid cards are given out for basics, including food and clothing. And it turns out just last year, 6,530 asylum seekers have used the government-issued cards at least once for gambling. But I say that this is for basics. These prepaid cards are for basics like food and clothing. They don't need it for food. When we've seen in my past video what some of these accommodations or their catering options are. And I've seen reports and videos of asylum seekers stealing designer clothes. I don't know why they just can't go to Primark. You can get a whole fucking oath for 50 quid a week, you'll be sorted. But here's the thing, I bet this is just a tip of the iceberg. I bet this just scratches the surface.
The Southwest flight forced to make a sudden maneuver to avoid a potential collision mid-air. One passenger saying it felt like a free fall. The airline saying in a statement the pilots got 2 alerts to dodge another aircraft. Passengers on board reporting some were thrown from their seats, even hitting the ceiling. Southwest says it happened shortly after takeoff from the Hollywood Burbank Airport, just north of Los Angeles. The airline saying tonight there was no immediate reports of customers hurt, but 2 flight attendants are being treated for injuries. The Southwest flight forced to make a sudden maneuver to avoid a potential collision mid-air. One passenger saying it felt
And with that, till next time, shalom.